My name is Cheesy Boy, and these are my tips and tricks for building better in Yeeps Hide and Seek. Number 1. Don't be a square. Here I'm building a normal house. But this house has one major flaw. It's ugly. Now, why is that? Well, there's a couple reasons, but one big reason is that it's just a big square. So, how can you improve on this and make this house look better? Well, start by building your house with an interesting shape. Instead of just doing a square, maybe just do a rectangle. Or an L. Or maybe a Z. Or a T. Or even a U. Any shape works as long as it's not just one big square, because that's ugly. Now, tip 2. Use a color scheme. When you're building a house, you don't want it to just be one solid color, because that's ugly. And for the sake of this example, I am building just a square. But oh well. Here I have just a normal house. And say I wanted to have red walls. I just paint this entire house red. That's kind of ugly. It looks bad. It could hurt your eyes if you use a bright color. And you could just make it look so much better. And that's why you use a color scheme. Instead of only using red, why not change some of it to different colors? These supports could be brown. The roof could be dark brown. The floor on the inside could be light brown. See how this house looks so much better just with a color scheme. It looks so much better than any other house you would build with only one color. Tip 3. Add details. If you want your house to look good, you need to make it less boring. So, add some details. For starters, why not add a little ramp going up into the house? And maybe little chimney. And that chimney could have some smoke coming out. You could also add some greenery. A couple bushes. Or maybe some mushrooms and flowers. You could even add somebody to live in the house. They could be on the inside or the outside. Either one works. And let's take out these boring walls. And it's windows. Now we've made this house look even better just by adding details. Tip 4. Don't over detail. This house looks good, but it could look a little bad if you add too much detail. First, let's add a little front fence. Now, right now, it doesn't look awful, but what if we add a speaker outside? You know what? We need a little sign. This house. But you know, I don't know what street is on. It's on the street. And you know what? Maybe he has farm growing. And maybe he has a little friend. Let's add some rocks. Rocks at houses. You see how the nice house, previously nice house, got overcrowded when you added too much detail. If there's too much detail, it can seem like it's too much. There's not one thing you can focus on because you keep averting your eyes to something new. So instead of that, to keep it simple, but not too simple. You want a good in between, because too much stuff makes it overcrowded, and then it's just bad. I'm sorry, Bob, I am breaking your house for the next example. Tip 5. Make a good interior. Now for this, I need a bit bigger of a house. Now for now, I'm not adding walls because that will take too long. But I'm building a bigger house. Now, every house needs an interior. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a house. So let's add a couple things. First off, we need a bed. Where would you sleep? And then, how about a little side table? So you could put things right here when you need to. And some shelves. Let's add some shelves. And then, over on this side, let's add a little desk. Nice little desk. And maybe the desk is. And then we need a seat. Now we have a seat. And let's add one last thing. Let's add a little kitchen. Let's have some ovens. And on those ovens, let's put some stovetops. And maybe there's a fridge. See how we made this small area really detailed without being too detailed. There's not too much stuff going on. You can still move around, you can still get around, you can lay in the bed, you can cook something on the stove, you can do something on the computer. but there's still space. You need a good medium. It's same with the exterior detail. You don't want too much. You don't want too little. Otherwise, it's either going to look bland or too crowded. Tip 6. And this one, it's less of an actual tip. It's more of combine everything. I've been showing you how to make a good house with these tips. So now we're going to combine them all. We're going to use all of the advice. First off, let's use a color scheme. For these pillars, use dark brown. Let's use light brown. Let's add some details. Let's add a little ramp. And let's add some places for some windows. Because detail is good. But we don't want too much. So I'm not going to do windows on every wall. Just not a lot of them. Let's add the actual glass. And back to the color scheme, I want the walls to be yellow. Because I like the color yellow. Then, I need a roof. And let's add some detail to the roof. Let's make it sloped. You know what? Back to the color scheme. I'm gonna make this roof brown. And I think it'll make good contrast to the light brown floor. And let's just add a few finishing touches. put on here a chimney. And, you know, the outside is a little dead. Let's add some plant life. And, of course, we need someone to live here. And so, we got Bob. Bob is back. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more finishing touches. Some flowers. And I believe I'm done. As you can see, the house has got a good amount of detail. Some color scheme. Doesn't have too much detail. It's not just a big square. And I think this is the best way you can make a house in Yeeps. So those were my 6 tips and tricks for how to improve your houses and builds in general in Yeeps.